Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee and I like to read books and collect cute things. Joining me today is my microphone peanut, micro peanut. You know what? Little buddy, we're gonna work on names. Um, yeah. All right, my microphone peanut friend here. In today's video, I'm going to be reading books that are highly anticipated March releases. I'm going to share my thoughts and feelings about these books and if I recommend them or not. So, the three books that I will be reading in this vlog. First book on the docket that I have is Lady Tremaine. This is by Rachel Hockhauser. This book is a reimagining of Cinderella. It's also historical fiction, but it is from the eyes of the evil stepmother, and I love a good villain arc. I am really excited about this one though. Okay, and then the next book that I have is This Story Might Save Your Life, and this is by Tiffany Crum. This is like a genre defying book. It's mystery thriller. There's a podcast element, but there's also kind of like a love story mixed into it. This one's very exciting because I've heard just so many great reviews by a lot of the book influencers that I religiously watch, like Gabby Reads. Also, I want to say, I don't know if I'm making this up or not, or maybe it's because there's a podcast element, I don't know, but I feel like this one on audio would probably be a really good way to maybe tandem read or something. So I'm going to see if I can get a copy from my library on audio. Okay, and then I also have The Secret Lives of Murderers' Wives, which I love the title. Is kind of like a spin-off of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which, there is so much to talk about even with that show right now, but that's like an entirely different video. But I just am so pumped about this one. This one's also like historical fiction. It centers around three women who are wives of serial killers, and there's a lot of serial killers actually in the 1960s, like 50s, 60s in California. So I'm wondering if they're going to draw inspiration from the husbands from some of those people at that time. I don't know, but now the women are trying to pick up their own lives and kind of just like, oh hi Lily, hey girl. So the three wives are trying to pick their lives up and keep living, but then now there is a new serial killer out and about, and it is up to them to figure out who it is. So this one sounds really good too. I honestly, guys, all three of these sound so good. I don't know which one to pick up first, but I think I'm leaning towards The Secret Lives of Murderers' Wives first. What do you think? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to start with this one and we'll go from there. But these are just three absolute bangers too, and it's really hard to pick which one first. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reading, and then I will check back in. Good morning. It is the next day, and I wanted to update you guys. So I did not read that much of the book. I read like 40 pages, so I'm only like right there. Last night it was the finale of the Age of Attraction show, and Nick and I are like obsessed with that. It's so cringy, and we just like love to watch reality TV together. It's just a train wreck, and we like to laugh about it, anyways. But that was on last night, so unfortunately, I did not get a lot of reading done. But I did make a really good meal. And out of the pages that I did read, it is really good. I did make the mistake, though, you guys, of looking at reviews. I hate doing that because sometimes it does like alter my perception, but like I was about 20 pages in and I just got this feeling that this is going to be like a little bit slower. And so I read the reviews to be like, is it that way? I know going into it. And sure enough, a lot of the reviews said that it is not a thriller, it's more of like a mystery. And that is very valid. So you meet Beverly, she's the main character, but there's also like two other women that you're following, and they're all kind of like friends that are connected because their husbands are serial killers. None of this is spoilers because, but I had to make like a character list because you are introduced to a lot of people and towards kind of the beginning. So I did write that out, and that was a little bit helpful for me to like map everybody. But it is good. I'm enjoying reading it so far. It's just nothing has really happened yet. There's a Jane Doe in the beginning that they find, and they are thinking that because of the way that this person died, that it could be another serial killer. And a lot of these women, or I guess all three of them, are kind of trying to, they're being blamed basically for not being able to see that their husbands committed these crimes, and like could they have stopped it. And I feel like they're feeling some guilt. And this is so interesting because like oh my god, so messy right there. When we think of these horrible people that are married, it's like, did the spouses, how could they have not known? Like, how could they have not known something was up? And so this is a very interesting exploration, but I wanted to read this quote to you guys. I worked out arms this morning, and I am like, oh, my tripod is upstairs. Let me see how I can do this real quick. Hang on, pause. I wanted to share this quote with you guys from the book because I thought it was really good. Where is it? Oh, okay. So, she's talking about how it's always like women that are like, and that they're always trying, like when I say they, it's like when people write about them, like when newspapers write about them, it's like, what were they doing at the time? Like, and it makes you kind of internalize, like, did they bring this on? Like, could this have changed? And okay, anyways, that's the context. This is the quote. So she's scanning more articles, murders allotted paragraph upon paragraph, while their victims are sidelined to passing whispers of acknowledgement. When the women are given space, it is to make clear that they brought their own murders upon themselves by making themselves known, by staying out late, by kissing the guy, by wearing the short dress, by not taking self-defense classes, by being pretty, by not being pretty enough, by being fat, by being short, by being striking and loud and ambitious. Women brought death upon themselves simply by being women, it seemed. Avoiding death was just an expected part of life for them, the constant mental calculations, the weighing up of choices, of risks. I love that. I was like, oh my god, that is so, so true. It's like this internalized misogyny that a lot of times is perpetuated by like whenever you're reading about why or what happened to these victims. So I don't know. It's just very, very, very interesting, and I like the commentary so far. But I gotta run.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Good morning, vlog. It is Saturday morning. We are having a super lazy day. I did my nails today and then just cleaned the house. I'm catching up on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and hanging out with my dogs. Say hi, Lily, Dallas. And yeah, we're just having a lazy day until we have to go out later tonight again. But I want to finish this book, so I'm just like watching a little TV, reading some of the book, and I think I mentioned it, but the whole plot of this is that the wives of the serial killers, hang on once again, they are investigating what seems to be another serial murderer, okay? And I feel like I figured it out pretty early on in the book, like page 10. But it cannot be that predictable. If it is, I'm not gonna be disappointed because, like, honestly, it's like I'm just really taken out of the story, and it has all the reason or all the things about this book I should really, really enjoy, but like the writing style or something, it's just not really my favorite. Um, but it is kind of like interesting what's going on. I do enjoy the story, um, but I'm just not like emotionally invested in any of these characters. But there are a lot of again, the commentary in this book is really great. So I'm gonna keep going. Hopefully, get this finished within the next hour, and then I'll report back. But I'm not. I don't know. Like the twist or the reveal cannot be that predictable if it is what it is, or if it is what I think it is. But okay. Anyway. All right, you guys. I am back. Wearing the same jacket. You can't tell, it's like my favorite one. And we're about to, oh man, ugh, excuse me. I am reporting to you on Sunday. Yesterday, I did not have time to do my update. I finished the book, watched some Real Housewives Beverly Hills, and then I had to immediately hurry and get ready. I did take a nap, and then I had to get ready because we went to dinner last night for a friend's birthday, so I did not get to do my update. But I did finish The Secret Lives of Murderers' Wives. Hold please. Let me put the jacket on the book. Okay, so we're back. I I put the desk jacket on. So I did rate this like a 3.5, 3.75. It's not that I didn't like the book, 'cause anything that I rate over 3 stars is I read it and I enjoyed it. That's my baseline for a 3 star. I enjoyed the commentary in this book and what it was trying to say a lot. I felt like as I was reading the book, I wasn't super excited to keep picking it up, even though, and it was disappointing, I guess. There's like a disappointment factor since it has all the hallmarks of things that I like. I think if you enjoyed the book, Bright Young Women, you would really appreciate what this book is trying to do and say. That is one reason why that I really appreciated this book a lot. And I do feel like the commentary around the perception of women whenever men do something terrible and how you are blaming and trying to displace the blame onto women and during this times, like maybe if she wasn't wearing a short skirt, kind of like the victim blaming that you're getting, but also beyond the victims. I guess you could say that these are victims too, but like the families of these people that commit these crimes and the way that the media was portraying women during these times. I think that that's really really important, and I liked knowing about the other all the three women's like backstories, but I just never felt like really connected to any of them. So I think that was my problem. That's why I rated it, 3.5 or 3.75 out of 5 stars. But other than that, I would absolutely recommend this book. I think it's really good. It's a really great mystery, although it is predictable, in my opinion. I did really enjoy, as I was reading it, kind of like what was going on and things like that about the story overall. I did enjoy. So that was kind of long and rambly, but that is my uh, review of this book. Okay. The next book I will be picking up. Good morning. It is Monday, and I wanted to just give you guys an update about where I am. So, also, I have a little pimple this morning, so I decided to put a little patch on. Anyway, I had to soft DNF this story. Oh, sorry, Barbie. This story might save your life. Now I know. What the heck? I was really looking forward to it, and this again is a soft DNF. I think because whenever I read The Secret Lives of Murderers' Wives, that one was kind of like a mystery, and this one is too. And for some reason, I read the first chapter twice, and then I also listened to it, and I just could not get into it. I was kind of like thinking about other things, and I wanted to have a good reading experience for this book because I have been really excited about reading it, but something about it, I just kept putting it down and not wanting to pick it back up. So I decided to pivot, and I did start Lady Tremaine. This is the dust jacket. I do have the actual, oh, yeah, actual book is right here. I got about 65 pages into it, and I really, like, I just dove into it, and I was really enjoying it. Let me put some of these books away. So Lady Tremaine is like a historical fiction, um, fairy tale retelling of Cinderella. Now, I don't really want to say it's a retelling because there seems to be a lot of differences. I think I would say it's maybe like inspired by, because if you go into it like where I am at in the book, so you meet Lady Tremaine. Her name's, is it Ellen? Oh my gosh. Pause. You meet Ethel. Ethel. And she works with falcons. It's kind of really badass actually. And she has two daughters that she just like wants to protect. She seems like she's like a single mom. So it's kind of going back and forth between the time that she met Cinderella's dad and like kind of present day, like where she's at. So I think it's kind of like with Alchemized. I went into Alchemized having read Manacled, so I was like, oh, "Wait, where is this person? Where's that person?" And I was referring back to Manacled. Referring back to Cinderella. And when I started reading the reviews about it, because I was like, "Am I missing something?" Then a lot of people are saying it's more of a retelling, or I'm sorry, it's more inspired by, which helped me in my brain have there's differences between the two and stop looking for Gus, stop looking for Cinderella, stop looking for all these things. So I could separate them as their own story. So I will definitely say that if you're reading this book to have that in your head. Yes, it is inspired off of Cinderella. No, it is not a retelling. Anyways, but you are kind of learning more about her and who she is as a woman, her, going through becoming a mother and being a woman in, I don't, it doesn't really explicitly say what time period it is, but I would say it's like France in like maybe the 15 to 1700s, that kind of area. I don't really know. But that is where we are. So I would definitely say to go into it with that mindset. But yeah, I am really, really enjoying it. It's very easy to just like dive into. And so I am loving it so much. But yeah, so I'm going to start my work day. I will return back and give you any updates that I have throughout the day. And hoping I will finish this by tomorrow. And sad that I had to soft DNF. The story might save your life, but book. Wait, where did my little star go? What the hell? All right, that fell off somewhere. But yeah, so sad that I had to DNF that book, but I know that it's going to be something that I do enjoy just based off of all the people that I follow that have liked it. And I want to make sure that I'm in the right headspace for the book. So, anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Hello. Okay. As a recap, we are done with today's video. I just finished Lady Tremaine. I could not stop reading it once I started like the last like 50 pages or like 40 pages. Wow. That was really really good. I can't believe that was her debut novel. I will read anything else that she writes. Like wow, that is amazing. So just to recap, I started out the vlog. This was a new release reading vlog, and I started out reading The Secret Lives of Murderers' Wives. I did really enjoy this. I love the commentary. I was kind of out of the story a little bit as far as like the character development. I feel like if they had done it in different, or if maybe she had formatted it differently, I would have had more, I don't know, like appreciation or been in their heads a little bit more. I just was not emotionally invested in like the characters themselves. And they, all three of the wives kind of ran together a little bit for me, but I still really enjoyed again the commentary. So I did rate this one 3.75 stars. And then I also read, I'm sorry, I soft DNF'd This Story Might Save Your Life. I definitely want to come back to it at some point. It was not the right book for me at that moment, and that's okay. But I definitely am going to come back to it. I think once I get like my Libby hold or something from my library for the audiobook, maybe I'll try to tandem read it. Okay, and then I just finished Lady Tremaine. I loved this one, you guys. This was so good. I think I'm going to rate it like a 4.5 star. It didn't really give me that 5-star feeling, but I absolutely adored this book. This is a fairy tale inspired by Cinderella, or this is a historical fiction book inspired by Cinderella. It is, I want to say it's kind of a retelling, but it's really not. It is its own thing, okay? But I will say this talks a lot about being a mother. I really appreciated the juxtaposition of the two mothers in this book. We have the queen and we have Lady Tremaine. And even though they are both women at that time with different social statuses, power, influence, privilege, things like that, they were still in different, I guess, cages. One of them was like a golden cage and one of them was just like a, I don't know, wooden or something like that. But they both had their limitations and their duties, and they both had to try to leverage what they could in that time period in order to keep their kids safe. And there was kind of like a theme of hunter and prey in this book also. Um, it was so, so good. And me reading it as someone who's not a mother, it was really hard hitting. So I think if you are a mom and you like more of those feminist undertones in books and commentary, I think you'll really appreciate this. But so I think overall it was a pretty successful reading blog, even though we did softy enough one of the books. But yeah, 2026 is just a year of absolute banger after banger. So I'm ending the month. Um, let's see, it is, yeah, the 31st, and I am at 47 books for the year. So my next video that I'm going to upload is going to be my March reading wrap up, and I am going to be doing my February standouts because I did not post a February wrap up. So, anyway, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for being here with me and on this little reading journey of mine. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate the support, and I will see you in the next one. Remember to take care of yourself. Bye.